Hello everyone and welcome to Brimwood Farm. Well, it's the middle of winter and nothing is really growing here, so what should we do? A chicken tour. I love chickens! From a tiny little boy, I've been completely obsessed with them, and when I found out I could keep them in my own backyard, well, then I was just over the moon. Now, at the moment, we have avian flu in the UK, which means all the chickens are on lockdown, so whereas they'd normally be able to be out of their runs and running around the garden and happy, they all have to be inside, or their runs have to be covered in tarpaulin, so it forgives the state of some of the pens, but it's all for their own health, and I would rather they have a couple of months of misery than they actually get avian flu and all get wiped out. So, without further ado, let's go and meet everybody. So because of this avian flu outbreak and the fact that DEFRA said we should be keeping all our chickens in, I've got chickens crammed in all over the place. So these guys are in the shed. These are two of the Ixworth chicks I hatched a little while ago. The other two are actually out with the Silkies, because I'm fairly sure they're pullets. But this guy, I think this is a cockerel. He's got a slightly redder face than the others. And then I'm not entirely sure about this one, and I didn't want him to be on his own, so I've kept these two together in here for now. And hopefully he will be a cockerel, because then I can swap him with a friend, get a new bloodline in, and then I'll have my little pure breed flock. I've also got my Danvers in the shed. They're enjoying some sunlight. This little hen here is very cute. She's actually had a bath today because she had got really muddy. So she's looking a little bit bedraggled. She was also in with the Ixworth earlier, but I'm just integrating her in with the rest of the Danvers, the three other Danvers. So I've got her, I've got the two boys, and over here I've got Miracle, who's, you can't really see because she's hiding in the shade. So they're in this crate at the moment. In the night time I just shut it over, in the daytime I just let them, they just tend to stand around on top of it if I'm honest. I'm also going to have to start boxing the boys again. At the moment I just slide this lid across and leave them here, but because there's windows in the shed, the boys are starting to wake up a bit earlier and they're crowing around 7:30, 8 o'clock, so before the light extends any earlier I need to start boxing them up and bring them in so they don't start crowing and annoying the neighbours. She's not going to stand in the sunlight for you. Then I've also got my quails. Now I've split my quails into two groups. So this is the main flock down here, who are in the bottom of the aviary. Again, their pop hole is blocked, they're not allowed out. So they're in here, and there is a Chinese painted quail there as well, look, the little one in the middle. But I'm trying to catch out all the boys actually, and I'm going to try and split them into a couple of different groups with one cockerel bird and then several hens. So I've got that one, but then I've also got a little flock up here. Now I'm fairly sure these two are girls, are hens. That was fresh water a moment ago, look what they've done to it. So I have to clean that out again. So I'm fairly sure these two are hens. I know that this white one, I know that that's a boy. And then I think this golden one is a hen as well. So I'm going to be watching those and keeping an eye on them. This was a cheap old hutch off eBay, and you can tell it's cheap because it doesn't work properly. So that's everybody inside the shed. So let's go and see the Silkies. Now many of you already know Barry and Gertrude because they're the ones that have had the chicks. Now I've got a piece of plastic on top of this run and I've moved all the feeders inside, so they are actually allowed out just into this little bit of run, but having them inside in the winter is no bad thing because mud everywhere, mud, so actually it's quite nice having them clean. There's Barry. Hello Barry. So there's Barry, and then let's look inside here, and here are the rest of them. You can see that Gertrude is off the nest, she's not broody anymore, and you can see from the state of her back that Barry has been doing his business. So hopefully she will start laying again soon. These are the two Ixworth pullets I was talking about. Definitely girls, growing up fast, can't wait to see them develop. And then can't really see them because they're hiding away. But there are, in here somewhere. Can you see her over there? No, she's hiding. There are 2 Barbu Silky crosses, which I think are just gorgeous, gorgeous hens. They're lovely little bantams, but they're rather shy, so they're not really. Are you going to show yourself? There's one. See how sweet she is. Lovely little girl. And then I've got a black one as well. Oh, who was just poking her head out from behind. There she is. Hello. Lovely tiny little bantams. I'm going to hopefully breed them with Barry and see if I can get some nice extra crosses, which will be rather fabulous. And so then the final, well actually I was saying the final chicks, we've got the chicks, and let's go and see the laying flock. Now luckily at the end of last year I converted the old shed, so my laying flock are actually all in here. I just strapped this piece of netting up to a couple of nails up there so they've got some ventilation. But everybody is shut in here. They don't particularly love it very much. It's a deep litter with just straw at the moment. I'm going to muck it all out over the weekend and put fresh straw in. But they seem okay. They're not exactly enamoured with the situation. But I'd rather, as I said at the beginning, I'd rather they had a couple of months being a bit pissed off. Well, he's not pissed off, look, he's happy the hens are in confinement. So yeah, I'd rather they had a couple of months being pissed off than we caught avian flu. But as you can see, the hens, a lot of their necks, you can see on Onyx here, she's missing some feathers and heads. It's because they're getting, well, gangbanged, I would suppose you could say, by the cockerels. The cockerels would normally, you know, be out and about and have their own little harems, but because everybody's all in one place, they don't get a lot of chance to run away. But that's the layer flock. I am a softie. There are 4 roosters here. You know, if it was a pure layers flock, I wouldn't have any roosters at all. I'd just have the hens, but... Thanks, Flame. Flame is rather gorgeous, as is Skexis over there. And here's Ice. And here's Ivy. So, they've had a reprise. They're not going to get killed anytime soon. Thanks. So, let's go and see, finally, the chicks. We have 4 little chicks in their food bowl. What are you doing, little ones? Let's take this top away so I can... So these guys are growing mega quick, as you can see. So here's 2 of them. They're growing up fast. They pooed all over me. Why do chicks always do that? They always poo on you. So yeah. So I can't believe I think they're 2 weeks. Are they 2 weeks or a week old now? They're not very old. You can see here there's the wing feathers. Now, with silkies can't fly and their wing feathers are undeveloped, but you can't always tell because they do have some actual feathers on their wings. These guys do look as if they're going to be silkies though, because their tail feathers, as you can see, are literally just fluff. Just little fluffy bums. So I'm hoping we've got some nice little silky chicks here. They're very, very cute. Hello. I like raising them this way without a mother because you can handle them. If you do it under a broody, she's so ferocious that you often can't get near the chicks. Whereas if you raise them this way, they get extremely used to you. Hello. I know, you're cute. And you as well, that's hiding back there. So that is the chicken tour as it stands at the moment. So I think we can all agree that these chicks are extremely cute. Extremely. Hello. So it's goodbye from me and from the chicks. I will see you next week with another Brimwood Farm update. And I'll put these chicks back into their brooder so they can cuddle up and go to sleep. Bye for now, everyone.